Hello, in this video I'm going to be discussing the topic of latent heat. This topic is important as it is the basis of operation for many heat exchangers. Latent heat is the heat energy absorbed or released by a substance when it is changing state, i.e. from solid to liquid or vice versa, without a change in temperature. For example, take a block of ice at its melting point. As we apply heat to this block of ice, there is no change in temperature. This is because all of the heat energy appears as latent heat and is used only to change the ice into water. Once the ice has fully melted, the temperature begins to rise again as the heat energy warms up the water. Once the water reaches 100 degrees Celsius, the temperature stops rising and the water begins to evaporate. The water absorbs the required latent heat energy from its surroundings until all the water is converted into vapor. The reverse of this is when water cools and reaches its freezing point, the temperature stops decreasing and the water begins to freeze. This is because, in this case, the latent heat is being released by the water in order to change into ice. Okay, so how is this principle of latent heat used in heat exchangers? Fridges operate using a heat pump. At the compressor, the pressure increases and the refrigerant in vapor form is pumped into the condenser coils, where it meets with the cooler air outside of the fridge, which causes it to condense into a liquid. As it does so, it releases its latent heat out through the back of the fridge. When the liquid refrigerant reaches the expansion device, the pressure drops and the liquid flows into the evaporator coils in the fridge. The liquid refrigerant absorbs heat from the contents of the fridge and evaporates. As it evaporates, it takes in the required latent heat from the contents of the fridge. This cools the inside of the fridge and then the refrigerant gas then flows back to the compressor and the cycle starts again. I hope you've enjoyed my video on latent heat.